Hello and welcome to End to End, the podcast where we talk about some things pony and a few things not. I am the lavish Londoner, Lightingrabbit 010K, not my choice of words, but yeah. Joining me today are my cohorts in crime, the crazy Californian, Cabral095.
Yay.
And the madman from Maine, Mr. Duhad.
Nice to see you all.
Also Joel, really but I didn't plan anything for him that was clever because he only just joined us.
Joel?
I'm English too.
So yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, of course.
The reason I am doing the introduction today is because I am going to talk to you a little bit about the format of the podcasts, because you have probably noticed that it is different in this one.
No.
As in, there is no little box where pictures that we reference will come up in. The reason being is because we're all busy people, also slightly lazy, and don't want to have to go through and timestamp and edit all of the pictures in. That's basically the only reason. You'll also notice that the intro is different, and at the end of the podcast, for your viewing pleasure, I have put two little boxes which link to the previous episode of the podcast and the next episode, because I don't know why I did that. Anyway.
Yeah, so those of you who didn't notice that the last two episodes, because those have been, aired after this was recorded.
Yes.
Congratulations, you are really bad at noticing things.
Yeah, because, it'll be changed.
And there goes half our viewing public. They just ran out because they're crying now because you just made fun of them.
Well, we made fun of them.
Anyways, we actually have a special guest with us.
God damn, you're just going to say all of my introductions.
Yes, I'm going to. It's working so far.
I'll
let you go ahead.
One person at a time, one person at a time.
I know.
Well, at any rate, I hope you kids out there in Radio Land are a fan of the Molestia tumbler, because we have the person who does the voice work for the audio renditions of the Molestia comics with us today here in the studio. Skype call. Everyone, please welcome Miss MJ, or MEMJ. How do you pronounce that, actually?
MEMJ0123.
MEMJ0123. We're going to call you MEMJ because the numbers take too long.
Everybody applaud!
That's fine.
Hey, clapping. Anyway, so, how's life been treating you, MEMJ?
It's been good. It's been pretty busy, but I'm not complaining.
Yeah, fair enough. So we've, before doing the podcast, ever since we, managed to get in touch with you and got you on board to do the show, I've been catching up on all of the stuff involving that Tumblr and your own personal work. And gotta say, pretty impressive stuff.
Thank you.
The Tumblr is not as much my cup of tea, but I gotta say, for something that does something that's not really in my bag, it does that really well, and I'd much rather see that than like most other versions of that. So, irregardless, I did actually have a couple of questions for you, if you don't mind. I have heard your renditions for the Molestia stuff, and I've seen some of your your singing stuff and all that. And I gotta ask, what got you into voice acting in the first place?
Well, I've always been acting for as long as I can remember. The same with singing. And I guess it was just a natural progression to get into voice acting. I started off with stage acting and things like that. So when I got my first microphone, I thought I'd try voice acting out. And that's pretty much how I got into voice acting.
Fair enough. That's I imagine that's how most people who aren't right now off in Hollywood or something got into it.
Yeah, I did that because I did a lot of stage acting as well. So
yeah, and I didn't. I got into voice acting from role-playing, but...
I'm not a voice actor, so haha.
I'm a voice actor on the TV. Ha-ha!
Oh, you can go...
Yeah, he's just showing off now.
Yeah,
wait, you're on the TV?
Yes, I'm going to be on a cartoon series.
Wait, what?
God... Anyway,
let's just plug Joel and detract from the whole interview. Why don't we?
Yeah, let's not talk to Joel anymore, because apparently he's a cool guy.
You're so kind.
So, MEMJ... the rest of us have gone over this in the past, but I am curious, what got you into MLP? Did you come in the earlier generations, or did you come in for Gen 4, or...?
Oh, I got in for Gen 4. Actually, as a little kid, I thought My Little Pony was pretty creepy, so I didn't watch it as a kid. Back when I was the target demographic, but...
But now that I'm not, I enjoy it so much more.
Actually, the funny thing is, I do actually want to hear the rest of the story, but I just got to point out, funny thing, not the last episode, but the episode before that, we actually had a interview with Miss Nonavalis, or Nonavalis. I keep on mispronouncing her name. I'm so sorry, Nani. Point is, she's a big G1 fan, and she was telling me all about how G1 is scary as all hell. Apparently, there's an entire race of ponies in that were a slave race that were stuck in a mine so long that their eyes, like, rotted out and were replaced by gems.
You know, for kids.
It's canon. That's like the canonical. It comes with the toy packaging and everything.
I want to see this episode now.
I know, it's creepy as heck. So yeah, go back and rewatch that episode because it's amazing.
Sweet, I will do that.
So you got it in Gen 4 though. What like how did you get into it? Was it the beginning of the series, or was it after it started getting popular, kind of seeing what this whole thing was about, or?
I probably got into it just as it was starting to get really popular. I discovered it probably in April 2011 when I started seeing pictures of ponies and caption stuff on MEMJ and stuff, websites like that. And so I kind of thought it was weird at first. Like, what are these guys watching My Little Pony for? Like, what is this new fad? I don't understand. And so I left it alone for about a month. And then something happened in my life. Like, I kind of lost touch with a lot of my friends, or I had a falling out with them. Yeah. So I was kind of sad, and I was alone, so I wanted something happy to look at. So I decided to check out ponies, and it really resonated with me. So I thought, I'll keep on watching this, and, the rest is history. Yeah. So I became a brony about May 2011, just after the season 1 finale.
Fair enough. Actually, it's kind of funny how many people I talk about the series with who revealed that they got into the show largely because they were really sad. And
it seems to be a common theme.
I don't know if that's...
sad
We're all sad here.
I'm not entirely sure if that's really heartwarming that the show has managed to bring happiness in so many people's lives, or depressing that so many people were miserable.
Well, if you go and watch another podcast we did, we'll tell you why it's miserable.
If you watch Cartoon Network...
I'll link it here.
If you watch Cartoon Network, dear Lord.
Oh, God. Right. Kind of leading off of that, you are, at least, from what I've kind of seen, you're probably most well-known for your work on the Molestia Tumblr, or the fan work for the Molestia Tumblr.
Probably, yeah.
So I gotta ask, how did you find that, and how did you get into going? How did you decide I want to do recordings for this?
It didn't occur to me right away. I don't remember how I even found the Molestia Tumblr. It was probably through some other blog, or I found like the fanfic on FimFiction, and whoa, what is this? And by association, I found the Tumblr. I don't know how I found it, but when I did find it, I do remember thinking like, oh my God, what am I looking at? What is this? I don't understand. What's going on? I remember liking the art style, and I was just like, what is going on?
Yeah, I will say I do love the art style.
It's so dirty. I don't understand.
I like it.
My innocent eyes, but no, not really.
Yeah.
But I secretly admitted to myself, like, I do like this Tumblr. It's funny. So I went right back to the beginning and read the whole thing, and I secretly kept tabs on it when it was updating. And although I didn't officially follow it on Tumblr until months later, when I discovered all my friends were following it too. So I'm like,
you're like, oh, good. I'm not the only one.
But I didn't think of starting voice dubs for Molestia until I discovered I could actually do a Celestia impression. And then a friend later on suggested me, when I got recruited for my first project in the Brony community, if I'd ever thought about dubbing over some Molestia comics. And so I said, no, but that's kind of a cool idea. Maybe I'll consider it. And then when I hit 100 subscribers on YouTube, I decided I'd make a special video, which was my first Molestia comic dub. And then JJ reblogged it on the Molestia Tumblr. And that was a big shock to me. I was like, oh my God! Holy crap!
That's always a pretty impressive moment when you realize that something that you did as a fan thing is now being noticed by the
creator.
Yeah, by the creator. That's kind of cool.
It was fun. Molestia is my favorite Tumblr, so it was kind of cool making that jump, I guess. I don't know.
That's pretty cool, honestly. So actually, I now have the, I now gotta ask, you said that you got into the Molestia tumbler, despite it at first kind of going like, whoa, what's this?
Which is exactly what Duhad did, except 1,000 times worse.
Just a little bit. I was, as I said, I actually started looking into it, while I was house sitting recently, and while I was house sitting, I got horribly ill, which I'm still just recovering from.
Oh no!
So in order to, basically one of the things I was telling me to keep me through was I am going to focus entirely on getting through this so I can, get a decent questionnaire for MEMJ for the interview.
Hooray!
It's just half hallucinating, just oh god. So
I bet the hallucinations made Molestia Tumblr even more interesting.
What?
Yeah.
But I have to ask though, you were kind of whoa when you first started reading it, which makes me have to ask, are you generally into this type of humor, or was this sort of a hey, I'm not usually into this sort of thing, but this is actually really funny?
I didn't think I would like it. I thought I would just I'm not easily fazed by. I don't know what you would call it. It's not exactly
humor, I
plot,
guess?
but it's more just really suggestive humor.
Yeah.
I'm not easily fazed by that, so I thought, I could just check this out, and if it's not to my liking, just leave it alone. Yeah. But I don't know. I guess I realized that there's a part of me that does have a dirty mind, so
I think that's everyone.
Yeah. No, I've always had a bit of a dirty mind, but I just never admitted it to anyone.
That's right.
After this interview is over, run far away from us, because... Yeah.
When
we're not recording, bad things happen.
Not really, no. Lightning, all we talk about is cars, really, and politics. That's about it.
Talk about cars.
That's me and you, AR.
Yeah.
You haven't been around me and Duhad.
No.
Yeah, again, watch
things happen.
Not
that bad.
I'm just a Brody musician and voice actor. I'm innocent.
He's just sitting in the corner by himself.
Of course you are, Joel. Who was it who made that Why Do We Always Gravitate Towards Penis podcast?
That was you.
I think you took part in that, did you not? Oh, crap, yeah, it was.
Okay, anyways.
Previous statement.
You're attracted to penis?
So believe that was.
Alright.
I'm not attracted.
Stop
it.
No. Stop breaking my heart.
Moving on.
Anyway, so... I gotta ask, I've already said that several times, but I am, endlessly curious here. When you started reading the Tumblr, and this is something I kind of noticed as I started reading it, as it goes along, it kind of switches focuses from Molestia to Gamer Luna as sort of the focus of the of most of the updates. Are you a fan of that switch, or are you kind of I miss, it being more about Molestia?
I don't mind it. I mean, truth be told, I can. This sounds bad, but I can relate more to Molestia than I can to Gamer Luna. But
and then.
There we have it.
I'm not a gamer myself.
Yeah, that's right. I actually really like this. I very much enjoyed the Gamer Luna stuff because.
Oh yeah, Gamer Luna is so cute. I love her.
She's adorable as hell.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Even though I'm not a gamer, I still enjoy it. It's just cute.
Yes. She seriously needs to just stop being such a jerk to Derpy. Anyway, which brings me to another very serious question. I know we usually don't talk about politics on the show, but it is one that we have to deal with.
North Korea, no.
What? No. Are you for the Solar Empire or the New Lunar Republic?
Solar Empire, New Lunar Republic.
Politics.
I like a united Equestria more.
Good lady.
See, why didn't you include that political party, Jerk?
Because Dusty Cat cannot win.
Because
the New Republic subscribers, they will never beat us.
Lunar Republic. Woo.
So, speaking of, who's your favorite iron-fisted ruler, who's your favorite pony?
Me.
Pinkie Pie.
Ooh.
Hey, nice. What attracts you to Pinkie?
Oh, she's just very funny, and she never fails to make me laugh and smile, and she's just very lighthearted, and I like her for that.
She's like AR.
What?
She's totally she's completely crazy. She's bonkers.
Definitely like AR.
She's definitely.
I said oatmeal. Are you crazy?
Joel, I still don't understand how your voice can go that high. Stop it, you're scaring
Joel
me.
there with his rendition
My
of
voice
Pinkie
is still
Pie.
kind of rough tonight. tonight, so it's not as high as it usually is.
No, thankfully.
Sounds more like a psychopath than Pinky.
Sounds like a psychopath than Pinky. That's probably more adequately correct. But actually, since you said Pinkie Pie, do you have like a what about non-main six? Do you have a favorite non-main six pony?
Yeah.
Favorite non-main six pony would be tied with Celestia and Luna.
Ooh.
Yes, that's kind of the same thing as
It's kind of
I
the
find,
same
I find
thing.
them most interesting as a pair. That's I think.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of something with me. Fluttershy is my favorite character, but if I had to, like if I could pair, I'd say that Rarity and Sweetie Belle are my favorite character.
They're adorable.
Because, I like both of them a ton, and together there's like no other set of characters I'd rather watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, their interactions are great.
That's some great stuff, eh, Walk?
It is indeed. It's quite enjoyable. Actually,
Verity.
Yeah, if you had to choose between the three Cutie Mark Crusaders, which one would you pick as your favorite CMC?
My favorite? Probably Sweetie Belle.
She
There
is
we go.
adorable.
She is
Sorry.
She's too cute.
she is adorable, and I've seen like an interview with her.
Verity
and,
loves camping.
Yes, but I saw an interview with her and Apple Bloom, Clara. I can't remember her name, but they did an interview together at one point, and it was the most adorable friggin' thing.
You need to send me the link to this. I need to go watch that now.
It's on Everfree Network.
Okay.
It's
You
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, best CMC, and my God, if the actress isn't just as friggin' adorable as the character.
Nice.
Yes.
But yeah, we enjoy bleh.
Yes,
What do you
I
enjoy
enjoy that
thinking-
too.
Right. Misread my own spelling there for a second, but what do you enjoy outside of the Molestia Tumblr? Yeah, like in the wider fandom.
The wider fandom, like not just Tumblr blogs, but just things in general.
Yeah, just things in general.
I don't know. I can't really define what I tend to like. It's just incidental. I come across something I like it. Okay.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
I like everything in every category: music, animation, fan art, fan fiction.
Yeah.
Can't pinpoint
Well,
everything,
you said
but
fan art, so I'm satisfied.
Curiosity for animation. Did you see Double Rainbow?
yes, I did.
What were your thoughts on that?
I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable.
Oh god.
It was fun. Yeah, it was just a nice.
It's not bad.
Oh yeah, don't get into it again. If you want to see our thoughts on it, go and watch the podcast before where we say things.
Yes.
And, a lot of the reference flew over my head because I didn't really watch many of the shows that were referenced.
I see.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that helped or hindered my enjoyment of it. But
Yeah. There were a
Because
ton of references.
you enjoyed it, and me and Lightning picked up on basically all the references. I think if you don't get them, it actually ends up being
They didn't exactly fly over my head. They flew into my eyes and they stung quite a bit. Too many.
My eyes!
My leg.
My leg!
No,
How many
that's the-
references?
There we go.
Oh God, the references. Anyway, I do have a slightly more serious question, and I know I said that about the Lunar Republic, Celestial Empire thing, but this is actually legitimately a bit more serious.
And it can
than
actually be a bit of an open discussion here with all of us, too.
Yeah, this is this kind of ties in a little bit with the discussion we were having a couple of episodes ago. We talked with Pinkamena, the person who does one of the
Pinkamena
many, as it turns out, Pinkamena blog tumblers. And
he was
as you
Scottish.
might imagine from the fact that it's a Pinkamena Tumblr, it does not follow the show's idea of Pinkamena as just sort of a very grouchy, slightly, crazy Pinky, but more as a psychopathic murderer. And the question we kind of had to, we've run over a lot with him was, does he think that, did we kind of think that the whole super dark, nasty, grimdark side of the fandom and the fan art and those things might be somewhat damaging to the idea and the image and the brand of the series.
Yeah.
If it, whether or not, obviously we're not, none of us want, to, tell people you can't do this, censor everything.
Censor it all!
Censor everything. But, you'd have to ask the question, does this kind of paint a bad image of the fans and the community, and give fodder to people who are looking to pick a fight?
Yeah.
And maybe is it not something that, as partakers or consumers of that sort of media, whether or not we should actively try and support that, or not, like whether or not it could potentially be seen as damaging. And while the Molestia tumbler is certainly not the most nasty tumbler out there.
Oh no, definitely not.
No.
God,
Little Miss Rarity.
Actually,
I actually enjoyed Little Miss Rarity though. So
Little Miss Rarity was interesting
because it has a story to it.
Was interesting. I love that description there.
Yes, here's the thing. I like grimdark fan fiction, but grimdark art tends to give me the creeps, especially when they're like semi-anthropomorphized and.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Anyway, shall we move on to your question, Todd? Basically, he's asking you basically the same thing, but just for like Klopfix in general and stuff like that. Because mostly,
it's sexual humor, et cetera, et cetera. Like like as an emphasis in.
Yeah, I get what you're trying to say. Like
he took a while to say it.
Yeah. We're mincing our words here a bit, but yes.
Just let her answer.
Well, basically, I'm a pretty strong believer in the. If like you don't like something, the more attention you give it, the stronger it'll get.
Yeah.
Just because trolls.
Yep.
They see people hating on it, they're gonna exploit it. Like it's.
Yeah.
If you don't like something, just leave it where it is. There's a place on the internet for that. Just leave it there. Like I'm not into Clop or Grimdark or anything like that, but I don't care that it's there. Like again, these things don't easily faze me, but it's difficult to describe without stepping on toes or anything like that. Like,
can I say my opinion?
No.
Oh, go ahead, Joel. Yeah.
All right. So, as a person who's been in billions of fandoms in the past 15 years of...
That's a lot of fandoms in 15 years.
Yes. Anyway, that every fandom has a clopper community,
Well, of course.
so to speak. And you don't, when you think of Star Wars, you don't immediately think of the pornographic side, or when you think of Star Trek, you don't think of your mind doesn't immediately go, shut up, to like all the characters shipped
honestly, the first thing I think of when you say Star Trek at this point is actually kind of like Kirk, Spock, lol.
Oh, for God's sake.
That was kind of the point I was going to bring up next, is that every single fandom out there has Rule 34 part of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
it's not exclusive to bronies.
Oh, yeah, no. My point is not, like, do you think that there should not be a Rule 34 side? Because there's got to be a Rule 34. So, I mean,
I for one really enjoy reading the Clop fiction because they're usually really hilarious.
I did wonder where that was going for a second, Joel. You saved it at the end.
Let me finish. That they're amusing to read sometimes because of how badly they're written or how comedic they are. Kind of like how Princess Molestia has that name Molest in it, and your mind goes to the worst possible place when you think. And
then you read the Tumblr and you realize your mind went to the right place.
Where it's like, oh, this is hilarious. So so yes, there's like the really like whoa, not safe for Wuna stuff. Like you don't go to that. You go to the funny stuff.
To be fair, Molestia, if you actually read through that, there's plenty of not safe for Wuna stuff. We'll say.
Yeah.
Well, in the comic, yes, there is a lot of not safe for Wuna things, but it's not like really, 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 really graphic like a lot of things that are in this.
Something that I probably wouldn't bring up on my computer at work.
Yeah,
just saying.
Yeah.
There are substances covering ponies that I never want to think about covering ponies.
Oh, Duhad's had his mind broken.
The only time I ever have a problem with Clop is when it's forcibly presented in front of someone who would not want to see it.
Well, no, yeah, and that's
like
what,
I've seen videos actually online of some people asking people from the show if they know about the dark side of the fandom, and I once saw a video of someone asking Nicole Oliver if she basically knew about Molestia, and I just wanted to cry. I was like, no.
Oh God!
Don't bring that up. There was a video at one point where there was a panel and someone asked Andrea Libman to do the hey
Oh, God,
from Shed Dot Movement. Like you'd see like at least a couple of the VAs on the panel were like, oh shit, no.
That just makes me hurt.
And she did. She's like, I have no idea what that's from. And the guy hosting the panel's just like, you don't want to know.
I bet Tara Strong knows. I bet you Tara Strong knows.
Probably.
Oh,
I think most of them, a lot of them know, but they just you can't they can't associate with that kind of stuff. So
they can't because they're making
about it.
Actual.
To be fair,
thing.
I think apparently actually Andrea Libman did meet Max. The guy does the Dot Move series, and apparently they actually did like get along relatively well. But the point is, if you're not looking for that stuff, if someone isn't looking for that stuff, definitely you shouldn't try and force it. But
it's a kind of like live and let live thing. Like don't hate the people for doing it, but also for the people, don't keep showing it to people if they don't want to see it.
What I'm trying to get at. I think my question got a little bit muddled. I'm sorry
bit.
about that. Let me try and rephrase this. I don't have any problem with people, doing whatever. As far as I'm concerned, if someone wants to do something that is not hurting themselves, others, breaking laws, etc., more power to them. Have fun. Obviously there's going to be a Rule 34 side to just about any fandom. More power to them. I'm happy they're happy. But there ends up being sort of this question of where you draw lines in terms of where, how this stuff is kind of presented. And one of the things that was kind of brought up in the interview with Pinkamena was how grimdark, like there's sort of a weird line in grimdark where certain grimdark fan fictions that have incredibly dark themes and even a lot, violence and gore stuff will be featured on EQD, but at the same time, other grimdark things like the tumblers and certain other stories will not be, because there's sort of a line in the sand that EQD draws, and it's a similar thing with a much stricter line with the sexuality stuff. They'll do a very limited amount of stuff that they'll kind of let through on EQD, and basically nothing else. You have to, if you want to try and find stuff, you don't do it through the major fan sites like EQD and MLB.
That's why they should stick to it being put on Equestria After Dark or One Day Thoughts or like 4chan.
I'd just like to quickly make a completely, not completely off-topic point, but there was a video of someone who was talking about why they hated the fan base, and they were saying one of their arguments was that if you type in My Little Pony Friendship is Magic into Google, on the first page you will get, and this works for Google Images as well, you will get Clop and things like that. I'd just like to say I tried and it doesn't work.
I think you had to turn off.
They must have had Safe Search off.
Yeah,
I had it off, believe me.
I had
never
it
had
off,
it on.
believe me.
Only pros have it off. Yeah, that works.
The point. Yeah, no, I kind of think that's a little bit of an overstatement.
Yeah, it is.
And you kind of have the same thing happen with just bad acting. I mean, I typed the word knee into Google, and you go down a couple of pages and you find porn. I mean, literally anything you type into Google,
it's the internet.
Fast, yeah.
And My Little Pony isn't the only children's show that has a Rule 34 side to it. It's
no.
Yeah, exactly. It's everywhere. But I think it's kind of a bit more highlighted in this fan base compared to some other things.
There's a few more lines that need to be drawn when it comes to children's shows, I think.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
It's going to be there, but you have to understand.
Yeah.
That there are other people that may be, going through this stuff.
Yeah.
Little kids even.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, God.
Yeah, definitely. You don't. Yeah, I hate to go think of the children, but
think of the children.
Yeah.
I think it was Mytho who showed me a picture of American Dragon Jake Long and Ron Stoppable from Kim Possible.
How do you even ship that?
Where's this going?
Wait,
I don't know.
Having sex, because there's a difference.
Yeah, there is a difference.
It wasn't sexually explicit, but just making it
Yeah.
why?
Look,
Why?
The thing is, again, it's the internet. There's actually a game there's a game that it basically just goes, see how long it takes, name something and then see how long it takes to find porn of it. It doesn't matter what it is, because you will find porn of it eventually. It's just trying to find the most unbelievably obscure and weird things that no one would ever want to make porn of, and then just seeing how long it takes you to find it.
It's weird. Now
Fences.
I have insight into what you do with your free time.
Fences.
Actually, this is mostly my friends used to do this a lot.
Yeah, of course they did.
It's like they said in Avenue Q, the musical, the internet was made for porn.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, it's actually
Basically.
Anyway,
after a long
Moving
diversion.
Anyway,
after all of
the
that,
question is...
Oh, wait, there was a question in there somewhere?
Yes, the whole point was to get to this one question.
We're so professional.
God.
So, point is, all draws back to this question of where do you think a line kind of has to be drawn in terms of, like, a fan site? Like, imagine you're making a fan site that's primarily for the more mature fans, but that is possibly, though unlikely, to be the host to a younger audience. Where do you kind of draw the line between this is something that is okay versus this is something we should really just be hiding away and keeping away from the general public view?
I think to be the person that starts this off, I think that if you do have a site that has pornography-like imagery in it, that you need to have it filtered out so that people need to have an account that says that they are above the certain age, like 18 or so, to see these pornographic imagery.
Well, to be fair, you don't need a Tumblr account to go on, like Molestia or things like that. So, did you say that Tumblr should have that type of thing put in place, or is that not going far enough to justify, putting in that sort of restriction?
Well, Tumblr does have a rating system, doesn't it?
I think it does.
It does,
without being logged into a Tumblr account, I can go on the Molestia thing without it popping up a warning just saying, like, careful, this is... I mean, like, the site itself does say, warning, this is not actually... Like, the Tumblr itself does kind of explicitly mention that this is not for, this is not...
Younger audience.
I don't think Tumblr ever foresaw them becoming what they have become in certain aspects, because it started out as Facebook for artists, basically.
And it's now a repository for lots of
evolved into something different.
I don't even know why you look for so much pornography on Tumblr. It just seems like a waste of time. I mean,
were you directing that at me after my comment that I just made?
Yeah.
I don't do that. That's completely false, and I don't know where you got that idea from. Because, I mean, yes, there was that one thing before the show that I looked at, but that was an accident.
It was an accident, and then you were asking me if I knew where Scriber's Tumblr was.
Yeah,
Scriber?
okay, fair enough.
Why are you looking for his Tumblr?
Because it's full of pornography.
No, but that's because I wanted to see what goes on inside his mind. That's not because I wanted to look at the pornography and go, oh, yeah,
so sit him in a chair and say, so how does that make you feel? In a German accent.
Maybe I will. I've been practicing my German accent recently.
Yes, she has.
At any rate, MEMJ, what do you think about what would you think about this? Where would you draw a line?
It's difficult to say. I'm not, I don't run any websites, so I don't know what you can do exactly to...
Yeah. Well, let's imagine this is sort of like an ideal website that, like, is just you. Like, you are the god queen.
You are the god queen of this website. That is now a new term. I'm going to put that in my dictionary over here.
She is the ruinatrix of this website.
Yeah, you have no restrictions. No one will shut you down for whatever you do, but, you on the, just purely on your own morals, have to decide where at what point you kind of go, like, this is probably, like, kids could stumble upon this. I don't want to have this visible, versus, oh, it's fine. There's, the chance of people stumbling upon this and getting, shocked is small enough, and that, and this stuff is not explicit enough that would be a huge issue.
Well, I think it would start off by putting a mature filter on the website.
Fair enough.
My idea.
Kind of like how FinFiction does it. They have a mature viewing thing on there.
Yeah. And,
yeah.
And, like, I don't know if any of you... Like, I've seen Equestria After Dark. I know,
I've never actually been there.
I've never been there.
Oh, okay, okay, those two are the only two who haven't been there. I think
your innocence will go away, Duhard.
Yeah. I'll link it to you after
probably
the show.
remain
I kind of don't want to do that, though, because I don't like porn. I really don't. It makes me kind of uncomfortable.
Then why are you on the internet?
Then why are you on the internet?
Because it's full of ponies.
He has a point.
Yeah,
there are
but it's also
ponies on the internet, and there are pictures
else
of
that
really
begins
cool
with P.
cars. I like cars.
Zombies? Because I like those too.
Well, so you like
Enough
that?
of the fucking zombies. There's too much fucking media of things on zombies.
Is there too much? Or
Yes.
never too much? That's the question you got to think about.
No, that's the question we know the answer to.
Anyway, irregardless, so probably put a mature filter down. If you were, let's just take it right back to Molestia itself. If you were to put an age restriction on that, what would you actually put as the age restriction for the Molestia Tumblr? And this actually probably is doubly relevant because our fans will probably, they'll just click on the link immediately because they're like, oh, what's this? But assuming they're clever and they're like, waiting to find out what, our opinion of the thing is first, what would you call a good age level for the Molestia Tumblr?
It's difficult to say. I mean, different individuals have, different, I guess, experiences, different knowledge.
Some people at 13 know so much. I'm like, how do you know that? You're 13!
Typically, I think of the Tumblr, or I commonly say the Tumblr is PG-13, or I would more put it at PG-15 or 16. if that were possible, I would put it there. But but it's not. It's suggestive. It's not R-rated. It's just a lot of dirty jokes. That's what I think of it.
Yeah, and who doesn't like that?
Okay, me, but I do enjoy the stuff quite a lot.
Everyone has their different tastes and different opinions in general. So
exactly. Ours are just better.
Apparently, I was the only kid. Apparently, I was the only kid who didn't know any dirty or anything.
I didn't either, actually, Joe. I was very innocent. I didn't find out a lot of stuff until I was until I graduated high school.
I was the same, but now look at me. I'm like a shell of my former self because of what the internet has done.
I blame Scriber. That's why I don't talk with him.
Is it really because
happy and full of life,
or is it because you're in South London?
Oh God, yeah.
Possibly that as well. Someone nicked my artwork and they lived up the road. They put it on their deviant art, and then I could have literally walked up to their front door and asked them to take it down. It was very strange. Anyway, that's the description of the thing. Okay, anyway,
we're not going to read that in the thing. People online, you will never know what this is about because you don't want to. So anyway,
is Blue Blood?
Wait, why?
Shut up!
Stop
Shut
it!
Your face right now, Lightning.
Hey, we're doing an interview. Should we ask more questions?
Yeah, we should. I'm glad
okay.
for that.
A good idea.
Just make sure we're still a part of an interview.
Sorry, got a little bit turned around there. If given a choice, would you? If you were given a choice, you get to go to
Equestria for a day,
and you get to have a sit-down chat with someone. Who would you rather have a sit-down chat with? Celestia and Luna, or Molestia and Gamer Luna?
Well, overall, I'd probably say Celestia and Luna. But it really depends on what I'm going for. Like, if I want to, I don't know. Assuming I had immunity from Molestia,
it's a down conversation, so you basically are immune from Molestia.
Yeah, we'll assume there's some sort of barrier here that it's not just like
you're in a glass bubble.
If I wanted a funny conversation, with lots of dirty jokes, I'd go for Molestia and Gamer Luna as well. Like, just, I don't know about games, but it'd be cool to. Yeah. She's so cute. And Celestia and Luna, like, it'd just be really interesting to talk to them. You get that nice feeling of, I don't know, security, and they're so wise, and they probably have a lot of interesting stories to tell. So overall, I'd say Celestia and Luna.
See, I actually think this question is slightly loaded because I kind of want to talk to all four of them. I think this question.
Put them all in the same room, see what happens.
There you go.
God.
No.
Well,
there needs to be a fan fiction of that. Molestia, Celestia, Gamer Luna, and Luna all in one room. And put in Luna in there just for fun.
There's probably a fanfic already.
Yeah, it's already a fanfic. We're just missing one keyword. /.
Oh God. Gosh. I'm sure that'll be posted on Equestria after that, moments after this goes live.
Certain.
Sorry. Anyway.
So actually, I've heard that you work with a group called Silly Philly Studio.
They made Snowdrop. You should know that, Duhad.
Oh,
come on.
Yeah, fine. Well, you know what? Go to hell, all of you. Lightning, you can.
That was my question. You stole it.
Now it's yours. Now you can have it. Just like you stole my intro.
You deserved it. Anyway, so what was it like working with Silly Philly Studios?
Well, I'm continually working with them. They're the first group I got involved with in the Brony community. We used to be a group called Project Saturation, which was an old movie idea that collapsed after a while, and we eventually just formed Silly Philly Studios, and they're all my best friends ever, and we've been working together for over a year now, I think.
Who is it you play? Sorry, in
I assume she plays Celestia.
Yeah, I play Celestia, and I
called it.
In Snowdrop specifically, I also did Cumulonimbus, which was the purple blonde filly that kind of reminded everyone of Diamond Tiara.
Ah, yes. Also, wasn't Hannah Mae Luna in that?
Yes.
Okay, I know Hannah Mae. She's in my contacts too.
Yeah,
she's awesome.
Say I've got Hannah Mae in my contacts.
She also plays Hannah. Wait, no.
Well, I hope she plays Hannah.
She plays Luna in my Molestia dubs.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Oh,
she's a very good voice actress.
Yeah, we met through Silly Philly Studios
Awesome.
or Project Saturation.
I think I met her through Philly Games.
It's kind of cool. You probably don't know it though.
I kind of wanted to join Silly Philly Studios.
Oh, shut up! No one wants to know about awesome projects.
No, but I did genuinely want to join Silly Philly Studios at one point as one of the vector artists or something, but then I didn't for some reason, which was a shame.
I wanted to be a voice actor for them, but I didn't think they'd like me.
Well, it's because I that same month I'd just gotten into the whole artwork side of things, and I applied with
Philly Games.
The Fiends from Dream Valley development team. And
that game! I know that one.
Tell me why. Yeah, the one that is now disappeared off radar. They said they didn't want me, but they didn't tell me why. So I was thinking, is it because my artwork's not good enough? What the hell's wrong with everything? And then I joined Philly Games, and everything was a lot better. But I completely forgot about Project Saturation. Anyway.
Well, it's no longer Project Saturation. That's long dead and gone.
Okay. Last question that I have is, are there any plans for the future? Where would you like to kind of take your YouTube-y, everything you do from now?
YouTube, I don't know where it's going. I'm just going with the flow. Wherever I want it to go, it's going. As for voice acting in general, well, it's a dream of mine to go professional. I'd love to do that someday. But yeah, just right now I'm just going with the flow. See what happens.
Always fun.
Yeah, develop my skills in the meantime, and make a lot of friends.
Always a good thing.
Yeah.
You know that friendship is
Magic.
pretty nice.
Friendship is
it's all right.
Friendship is French. Wait, what? No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It is. It's a good thing. God damn it!
It's a good thing. Friendship isn't French
joke.
Oh yeah. We had to fit that in there somewhere.
Exactly.
I was hoping that would come in at some point. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think it's actually time that we pass the torch over to non-Avalis. Hey, I got it. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, we'll be back in just a minute. With MEMJ. So we'll see you guys in just a moment. Okay, I think he's gone. All right, great. Listen, let's get the hell out of here before he gets back.
We're so cool. I want to talk about North Korea, though.
No,
we're not.
We'll do it some other time.
Why?
It has been absolutely a pleasure to have you on the show. We hope to see you again in future, and I know that I'll be keeping up with anything you manage to pull out in future.
Yes. Don't forget about us.
It was a
famous.
pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
I'm so sorry for you. I just am apologizing in general for everything.
For everything that's happened since you joined.
For everything that's happened.
We always feel sorry for all our guests. So for end to end, this has been not here, but in all of our thoughts. Joel Links, the Gothic Hippie.
You sound like he's dead.
In loving memory of Joel.
I've been AR, the Reborn and Archaic.
I have astigmatism.
And I'm Duhad.
Yeah, I guess so.
And who is our lovely guest that has joined us for this evening?
I think I'd already said that.
Well, she could outro herself because she's awesome.
And I'm MEMJ0123.
There you go.
Thanks for coming by, and we'll see you guys next time.
Goodbye.
Please go get a life, people.
See ya.
It's just my final.
And there we go.
Okay.
Hey,